Okay, I want you to get your read aloud notebook, and I have mine, and I want you to flip to your tab that says vocabulary, or I'm sorry, it says character traits. And we're going to add a new character trait, so I'm sharing it with you on the screen. Some of you have this already, but if you don't, then you're going to need to add it. So it's number 4 in your character traits section of your notebook, and the word is daring. It means adventurous or audaciously bold. But remember, you don't have to write that. You're just going to write the synonym for this word, and I always make the synonyms red. So you can choose from these. It either means bold or heroic or brave. Now, I want you to think of a character that you believe is daring or bold in Soft Rain. Who do you think it is? Some of you may say you think that Soft Rain is daring because she is willing to teach Green Fern when really people don't want her to. So you might say that's daring or brave or bold. Some of you may say that her father is daring or bold or heroic or brave because he says they're not moving west. That he's planting his corn and they're staying. So you might say him. You can pick whoever you want, and you do need to write it in your notebook. And I found this picture. I think this guy is daring. It says, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. So I think this guy, he is daring. He is not going to stop until he has reached his goal. Okay? Now, I want you to switch back now that you have your character trait. So I want you to switch back to the section in the beginning of your notebook where you've been sketching the most important thing in the chapter while I'm reading. Because if you can sketch the most important thing, then you can find the main idea. And so I'm in before you right now, I have the title of the story, Soft Rain, and it's by Cornelia Corneliuson. And I have a statement. I can find the main idea by sketching and creating a chapter title. And we have some chapter titles already, and we're going to add today one for chapter 4. And you may already have one if you read with me. And so I put those already up here. But we'll also add the ones you guys, the ones that you think would be a good chapter title. Okay. So I'm going to start reading. If you'll put chapter 4 on your notebook. We will not move west. We didn't sign the treaty. Soft Rain awoke with a start. Her father's voice was louder than she had ever heard it. Let those who signed the treaty move west. We will not leave our beloved mountains or this home we built. It's the time of the first new moon. The field is ready. Tomorrow I plant. Quiet followed father's outburst. Then Soft Rain heard her mother say, after the plowing, we'll all help plant the beans and Silu. Sleep now, before we disturb the children. Next to Soft Rain, Hawk Boy's bed creaked as he stirred in his sleep. Soft Rain curled herself into a ball, pulling the blanket tightly over her head. Move west. There were those hated words again. Little John had thrown his book away after he heard them. Green Fern had called the West the land of blackness, where the souls of the dead go. The teacher had cried when she told the class about moving. Why would any Salagi go there? Father had said they had no time to think about it, yet he was using his sleeping hours to discuss it. Did he mean that they should not think about it during the day? Soft Rain fell into a restless sleep, trying to untangle her confused thoughts. In the morning, Father was gone. Soft Rain smelled the freshly baked bread that Mother had prepared for the noon meal. I can take Father his food today, she volunteered. Wash yourself first, Mother said. Pet, the puppy, followed Soft Rain to the creek. The moss on the bank was cool. The moss on the bank was cool, but not so cool as the water. Soft Rain waded in cautiously. Taking a deep breath, she bent over, splashing water on her face. Pet splashed too. Hey, she screamed at the puppy. I didn't need any more water on me. She jumped out of the creek, dried herself quickly, and ran home, chasing Pet. When Hawk Boy passed her on his way to wash, Pet ran after him. She'll splash you, Soft Rain warned. Water can't hurt me, Hawk Boy shouted. It did, though. From inside the house, Soft Rain and Mother laughed at his screeches, but Grandmother laughed loudest. Hawk Boy is not as brave as he thinks he is, she said. When her mother came inside the cabin, Soft Rain giggled. You look cold. Did Pet splash you? That Pet is trouble, but I splashed her too. Is it time to learn new words yet? We haven't heard a story this morning, Soft Rain said. After Grandmother's story, the children and Pet took Father's food to the field. Then Soft Rain wrote words in the newly plowed earth until Hawk Boy grew more interested in gathering worms. For fishing, he said. Soft Rain shook her head. No fishing until the planting is done, she reminded him. We could play a short game of Chunky, though. She picked up a rounded stone and tossed it nearly into the grass. Hawk Boy found 2 sticks, which they threw at the stone, trying to be closest to it, or to hit the other stick. They could do neither. How do the chunky players hit the rolling stone? Hawk Boy asked. Father joined them. I'll show you, he answered. He tossed the stone so that it rolled along the ground, then quickly threw the stick after it, hitting the stone before it stopped moving. Astonished, Soft Rain and Hawk Boy laughed all the way home. The next morning, Soft Rain said, Time for a story, Grandmother. But Father announced, The plowing is done. The field is ready. Soft Rain, we must all help. Stories can come later. Without protesting once, Soft Rain picked up her pouch and began filling it with cornbread. Father didn't know that she already felt she must help with the planting this year. She looked at Grandmother. Does she understand how important it is to plant our crops immediately? Soft Rain wondered. There will be time for stories tonight, Grandmother said. Of course she understands, thought Soft Rain. She hugged Grandmother. Think of a good one for me, she whispered. And me, Hawk Boy added. Father carried the baskets filled with corn. Soft Rain walked behind him, now and then picking up a kernel that spilled out. Hawk Boy walked beside Mother, leading Pet, and talking all the way to the field. I'll make the holes, Father said, handing a basket to Soft Rain. You and Hawk Boy place 5 kernels in each hole, and Mother will cover them. He started singing, Yo-ho-oh, yo-ho-oh, yo-ho-oh. Everyone joined in, and the work seemed easy. Soft Rain stopped to stretch when her back grew tired. While she drank from the water bag, she watched Hawk Boy try to drop in the kernels without having to bend over. They only occasionally landed in the hole. When Mother also paused to rest, Father said to Soft Rain, Go to Grandmother, eat, and hear your story now. Hawk Boy, I can plant a whole row while they are gone, the boy exclaimed. Father laughed. I will help Hawk Boy. When I come back, I'll cover all the kernels you plant, Soft Rain told them. The rope holding Pet was wound tightly around a tree. She loosened it, and they ran home together, far ahead of Mother. Okay, so I drew my picture already. I drew them planting the seeds in the garden, well, in the field, and they're all holding pouches and they're dropping the seeds in the holes and then covering them. Now, it's called silu, but you can tell what it is. If they're putting kernels in the ground, what is silu? It's corn. Now, we need a chapter title, and a group already told me that they liked the title, The Garden. Now, would you like to add to that? I heard one of you say planting seeds, because you're doing a lot of planting seeds in your picture. So would you say the main idea of this chapter is the garden or planting seeds? What was it mostly about? Okay, so add your chapter title to your notebook with your picture, and we'll read chapter 5 tomorrow.